how's it going? Thanks for watching. My name is Gerald Legaspi, and in this video, we are going to look at one of my top favorite tools in Schoology, discussions. Remember, Schoology is an extension of your classroom, so the rules that apply in your classroom for healthy collaboration should also apply in your online classroom. As educators, we need to establish some protocol when we have kids interacting in a discussion board. Through discussion, students should be engaged in healthy and productive dialogue. We need to create a comfortable environment so the students who are too shy to speak in front of the classroom are more inclined to participate in the discussion board. Now remember, it's easier for students to be somewhat meaner online because, well, they're hiding behind a computer. So again, we need to establish what's proper digital citizenship and how can our students be upstanders to those who are being cyberbullied. But of course, with your watch and with your proper guidance, students wouldn't be messing with each other online. Now, there is a feature in discussion boards that I'm going to talk about called post moderation, but I'm not too much of a fan of it, and I'll tell you why in the video. So in this video, we are going to be looking at a couple of things. Well, more than a couple, quite a few things actually. How to set up a discussion board, how to view student comments, how to highlight users, how to link discussions if we need to link discussions from different courses, and how to moderate posts. So let's check it out. Okay, so here I am in my Innovative Learning Staff course. Check it out, I got a Bitmoji classroom. Yes, I finally jumped on that bandwagon, but hey, better late than never, right? It intrigued me because I didn't realize you can put a Bitmoji classroom as a banner like that in announcements, so I thought it was cool, so I decided to try it out. But anyways, we're here to talk about discussions. So the first thing we need to do is figure out which folder I want to put this discussion in first, and I'm going to put it in this building relationships folder. Now for the sake of time, I'm not going to build a discussion from scratch. I'm actually going to import it from my resources, and if you want to know more about resources, check out the resources video. Let's just say, for example, you want to start a new one. All you have to do is hit add materials and hit add discussion. Now you'll see the same text editor in assignments, so I'm not going to go into too deep about inserting tables and inserting content, which you can do from here: YouTube, Google Drive Resources app, and image media. But what I'm going to do is actually import a discussion that I already made. So through add materials, I'm going to go to import from resources, and in one of my collections, which I created, I have a collection called discussions, which I'll go to. I will select the We Are the Champions discussion and hit import, and I'll give you a tour of what to expect in there. Okay, so let me click on that discussion, and you know it's a discussion because you had the speech bubbles right there, whereas this is an assignment because you got a pencil and paper. So here we go, We Are the Champions. So what I've done is I created a 3x2 table, or is it 2x3? I think potato. Anyways, in this first column here, I have images that I created using Google Slides. So I have a pre-think, and I want them to kind of think about their story. So I do professional development for teachers, and I created this discussion because I wanted to introduce Rita Pearson's TED Talk video. So powerful. So I have a pre-think question, and then I have a YouTube video of her TED Talk, and then here's where I have students discuss. And here are the questions that I'm asking them. In 2 sentences, what is Rita Pearson's message based on the video? Pull their favorite quote from the video, and what are 2 specific practices that they can do in the classroom to support this quote? At SCHS, what school-wide program could be implemented to make sure we are champions for students? So I want the teachers to kind of do some design thinking and just throw out some ideas. And then I wanted them to reply to other students in the form of I like and I wonder to promote healthy conversations and to further along the dialogue. So right now we don't have any comments since I just added it to my course. So what I'm going to do is switch to my student account, which I created for myself. All right, so I am going to go to that course. Okay, go to that folder and then click on that discussion. All right, so as a student, I can type in my response here. And check this out, I have the same text editor, and I can even add audio and video recording if I'd rather talk in front of a camera. But I'm just gonna type in sample, okay? And post. Now check it out, I have post moderation on. So let me show you what that looks like from the teacher view. So from the teacher view, if I go back to that course, I will have this banner up here that says there's 1 pending post that requires your approval. If I click on moderate, I can see the student's comment. If I approve of it, all I have to do is check mark next to his name and hit approve. But you're gonna have if you're moderating posts, you're gonna have a whole bunch of posts here, and I can just click all the way and hit approve. But that would take you forever if you have 150 students. Well, granted, I mean, you're gonna check the discussions anyways, you can do that. But again, I'd rather train my students ahead of time on what is a proper discussion and how to post properly. All right, so let me show you. While I'm here, I can disable moderation or enable it. But let me show you how to get there from the course page. Okay, so from courses, I go to course options. I go edit privacy course settings. And I can go to moderate. And then I can disable or enable. So right now it's enabled. I'm going to click it to disable it. So right now it's disabled. And again, you can see all the deleted content in this tab as well. So if a student writes something inappropriate and then deletes it right away, you'll know who it is, okay? Let's go back to my course. Now that I've gone over post moderation, like I said, I'm not a big fan of it, but if you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, right? Let me show you how to grade these discussions. So we'll go back to the week 1 folder. We are the champions. I have a rubric in this discussion so the students will see it beforehand, and that's how I'll be grading their discussion. I'll be talking about how to make rubrics in more detail in the rubric video. But before I grade this discussion, what I'd like to show you is highlight user. So notice this last bullet, I have students replying to 2 other students in class using the following response stems: I like, I wonder. And you would have to go in there and count how many times so-and-so replied. Or you can do this, click highlight user, pick the student, and then they'll be highlighted in blue, all right? When I'm ready to grade a discussion post, all I have to do is click on this button right here, click on this symbol for rubric, and based on what the student did, I can go here and click, okay, so it's out of 4 points, and just read the criteria and hit save. Okay, now that student has been given a grade. I can even write a comment in here to show the student and hit submit. So I can just say, good job. What I'd like to do is show you more advanced features with discussions. So let's go back to my week 1 folder, and I'm going to add a brand new discussion. Be like practice number 2. Add discussion. And I don't know if I showed you how I inserted a rubric. It just magically appeared in the video. So this is practice number 2. Too many practice. It's okay. Practice makes perfect, right? I'm going to set a due date. I always set due dates, y'all. Always. August 3rd, why not? And then I click on enable grading. Set the category. And then I can assign my rubric from here. Again, I'll talk about rubrics in the rubric video. And I just select the rubric I want, which is stored in my rubrics here. Okay, I want to show you this feature, which I totally forgot to mention. If I click on that and then you see colored in, this means students cannot see other students' responses until they post their own. This way, their posts are more original. They're not copying other people's answers and just rephrasing it, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. They're synthesizing the information and putting in their own words, but we want their original thoughts and ideas not to be influenced by others before they're able to reply to each other, okay? So that's a great feature. Just wanted to add that there. Now, what I want to show you is how to link discussions. Now, let's say in the event that you have different courses, different class periods, you want those discussions to be shared. You have that ability, but here's the thing. You cannot make this a graded discussion, all right? So let me show you how this works. If I hit add materials, go to add discussion. If I scroll down, well, let me give it a title first. I'm going to call it practice number 2, or we're at probably practice 50 by now. Practice makes perfect, right? Okay. If I scroll down, I have this symbol here called shared discussion. If I click on that, I can share it with my other courses. Now there's a password here because you're able to share this discussion with not only your courses, you can share it with other teachers. Global connection, y'all. Global connections. So what I'm going to do first is share it with at least one of my courses because you won't see the shared ID until you do this. So I'm going to add it to my sandbox course. And what I'll do is change the password to 1234, something simple. There you go. And then I'll hit create. Okay, let's go into that discussion. Check it out. You'll see a shared ID and the password. This is what you're going to give another teacher if you want to share a discussion and you are not an admin in that course. So let me show you where you'd put that ID. If I go to courses, let me pick a sandbox course. If I filter by discussions, and to filter, we go here where it says all materials and click on discussions. Okay, if I click options right here, I can hit join shared discussion, type in the discussion ID or paste it, okay, because the teacher gave you that, and then type in the passcode and then join discussion. And that's all you'll need to do to connect with another teacher. Remember, your grading needs to be disabled on that discussion for you to share a discussion, okay? If you enable grading, you won't see that feature. All right, that's all I have for this video. If you have any questions, or maybe even it's a better workflow with discussions, I'd love to hear about it. Put it in the comments of this video. Again, thanks for watching.